send the cavalry around. Oh my goodness me, look at that. It's absolutely evaporated. They've been at pirates, would you look at that? I have no idea what they're doing, but take the fight to them. Greetings and welcome to episode 49 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Knights of St. John campaign. And this, my friends, is how we left it last time, where we are preparing ourselves for a potential war. Now, it is not on the horizon just yet unless something dramatic happens, but we are preparing ourselves for potential war with the United Provinces, the Dutch here, who are absolutely just steamrolling everything in their path, including the Russians. Now the Russians, Moscow somehow held. I don't understand how the Russians pushed back these Dutch forces. That force is taking a real hammering here. This force is also taking a beating here as well. And also this one as well. They've all withdrawn away from Moscow, apart from this fully, look at that. I mean, that is an army ready to do some work there, it really is. But the Russians have gathered themselves here. They've managed to push back. Well, look at that. The Semenovsky Guards, they're wonderful, wonderful troops. They've brought some really, look at that, look at the experience. You can tell they've been knee deep, look at that. The Preobransky Guard Grenadiers, wonderful troops. So they've really thrown everything they can here to try and give Moscow some space. But as you can see here, Ryazansky has been taken by the Dutch. And even here, Yaroslav has also been taken here. That's absolutely unbelievable. They are everywhere. The Dutch are everywhere. Look at even here. So, yeah. I know Smolensk has been taken as well. So the Dutch effectively surround Moscow. How they've held out this long, I don't know. But I think it's just a matter of time. The Council agrees it's a matter of time before Russia, or at least Moscow, falls. Now, as you can see here, I think there's also been some raiding deeper here as well. In Sloboda, here in Karelia. So again, I'm not... Is it? Let's quickly just check here. It's probably the Swedes, because the Swedes have come across the border here and probably starting to raid these lands here. And of course they've got St. Petersburg as well here. So they've got a real strong coastal position as well, the Dutch. But more onto our own tactics. If the war comes, the council have said, Mata, do not move for Amsterdam straight off the bat, because that's going to be one heck of a fight. I mean, look at the army they've got in position there. That's a real tough fight with maximum fortifications as well. It's going to, yeah, maximum fortifications. It's going to be a brutal fight. They'll probably draw a huge amount of they've even got Blue Guard, which are one of my favourite regiments in the entire campaign. They are absolutely wonderful. Look at that. Look at the melee defense, 20. So as you can see, they really have packed themselves to that, and they've also got a reserve here, which is even stronger. I mean, look at that. So again, we've just got to be wary of what we're doing now. Many of the councils are saying you need to strike at the sort of the towns along the sort of North Sea and also into the Baltic here. So primarily Brussels, even though they have a very strong army here in Cologne, and also here in Marburg. Look at that. Mind you, that's not too strong. That's maybe a standard army. But they've got lots of forces. Look at that as well. So that's going to be a real tough nut to crack here. But also Paris would have to be taken. We would need a substantial foothold within Europe. You take France. Look at the land you take. Huge. All the way into the Pyrenees here. So it'd be absolutely huge. That would be absolutely wonderful as well. But that is guarded very well indeed. Look at that. That would require an army group to take, because they've also got these in reserve as well. Again, Netherlands Marine Corps. My goodness me, they've got some armies. I kid you not, my friends, they really do have some wonderful armies here, but if we were to take France, it would give us a foothold at least to be able to reconnoitre and begin our own push, because we'd effectively be pushing, but we'd have the sort of the Spanish at our back, our allies at the back of us, so we would have to worry from this flank at least. We could at least turn our gaze eastwards. And the council asked me to maybe us to reconnoitre down this way as well, just to gather some more intelligence down here as well on the coast. But also, the council saying we need to hit along the German shores here, maybe in Berlin, Gdansk, Königsberg, hitting here along the coastlines here, landing an army and trying to take what. But we'd have to find out what was our opposition, because if we land an army, say here in Gdansk, and it gets isolated, we've lost that army. That would give the Dutch the upper hand. But if we had our armies together, say within Brussels and France, we could at least stand and give them a real good bloody nose, and that might just push them back for a while, give us a chance to establish ourselves wherever we capture. But that might be some way off. As you can see, look at that, 40,000 gold is coming in here from our trade deal with the United Provinces. Now, our main aim here for the foreseeable future is to get our bank, our reserve gold, up as much as we can. We're getting nearly 44,000 in per turn, per year, as you can see here, because the trade from the United Provinces is 40,000. That's where we're getting our surplus. This is surplus. If we were to go to war with them, we're instantly going to lose 40,000. So we need to have a strong bank. Our bank is only that. If we were to get maybe 100,000 gold and war was to break out, we would at least give us the opportunity to take the losses for a number of years, well, till we got ourselves established. So whatever happens, we need to prepare. Also, we're going to switch our gaze as well here to the New World. We're going to start building up our forces here as well if we can. Now we've got an army here in Jamaica, look at that. But this is not full, it's not a full complete army here. I'd like to have that full complete here. We might get a little colonial line infantry here just to make it so. The army is very, very strong. We've also got Marines in here. We've also got household cavalry. So again, that's going to add some extra bit of panache there. We might even replace the sepoys here. Mind you, they are experienced, so I might not do that. We've also got an army here in the Bahamas. Again, a fine looking army here. So we've got really do have a very powerful presence in the Caribbean and the New World as it is. We've got some just holding the port open for us here, so if we do get raided, at least we can push them back. We've got a small fleet here of mainly war galleons, and we've got our main army here. This is the army that absolutely bulldozed everything, the islands, that took the pirates out here. Look at that, Grenadiers, Royal Cairo Infantry, plenty of cannon. We need to retrofit these. I don't think we can do it from here. We can't, unfortunately, so we might have to ship some additional cannon to here. We need these at maximum strength. Also here in Newfoundland, we also have another army here. So we've got effectively 5 armies in the New World. But again, we're just going to keep an eye on what's going on here in the 13 colonies. We've got the Dutch here. Are they at war with... They're only at war with Austria and with Russia. They don't have anything else going on here at all. Mind you, I think if a war was to break out with us, I think the Ottomans and the Mughals would probably stay out of the war. And also allies with Sweden as well, of course, and Denmark. But what about Sweden? They're only at war with Russia. Now, some of the council are concerned about these Swedish fleets here full of troops. Look at that. That is an extraordinary army. I mean, it's effectively a full complement of marine. This really is a very, very strong army indeed. Why are they outside the shores of Scotland here? Why are they outside the Edinburgh? The same can be said here as well. Why are these here? Now, we have had some intelligence reports suggesting that they are possibly going to be moving against Denmark. That would be a possibility there. I can see that there, but I'm just hoping they're not going to do any skullduggery here on the behest of, or should we say, are they being the puppet masters, the United Provinces are sort of spurring them on to attack us. That's what we've got to be careful of. We might also increase our fleet here as well, just outside here, because you can see we've got 150,000 coming in from this trade line. If this was to be cut off, we would be in serious trouble. So again, we're going to probably increase our fleet here as well. We're just going to also create some smaller ships, a fleet, and tuck them out the way, probably up here in Glasgow, because if we're going to move these troops across, the Dutch are more likely going to probably blockade these ports. If we've got this one up here in Glasgow, it's got a fleet in it, we can at least move it around and it can pick up those troops and then land directly in Paris and possibly Flanders as well. So again, we're just going to keep our eye on things here. We're almost done here. Also, I beg your pardon, in the subcontinent, we were told to rid ourselves of this craft workshop to get rid of the religious unrest, which actually is going. We'll just keep a quick eye on this. If it doesn't remove it entirely, we will change this to a religious school. But for the moment, the council saying you should remove this, abandon this, and have a religious school here instead. But the religious unrest is actually dissipating here, so that might be okay there for us. Again, we need this to grow. The growth is 66. That's not too bad at all, actually. It's nice and quiet here. It's just things ticking over. But again, we've got these two Dutch fleets here. They can cause us a lot of problems, especially around our trade lines here. Luckily, we've got multiple trade lines coming in. But again, I don't think the Mughals would join us in a battle against the Dutch. I just can't see it. I think they'd probably hedge their bets, to be honest with you, and go neutral in that war. The same can be said, I think, for the Ottoman Empire. They're allied with the Dutch. I can't see the Ottomans joining us at all. I just can't see it. The Dutch are so powerful. They've scared everybody else off. But we're just going to do our own thing here. We're just going to build here. We're just going to really take our time. That's a strong navy. We've got a very strong navy here. We might send some of these ships. I think we'll send some of these ships to here to join this fleet here. I think that might be what we need to do, just to make sure that we've got those defences well in place. We're not at war with anybody. We're just keeping ourselves to ourselves. And as you can see, the Mughal Empire is very strong here indeed. Even they even get heavy first rates. Wow. Right, we're going to end this particular turn here. I'd like to thank you all for your wonderful support as well, my friends. Absolutely wonderful advice. Classical economics, that'll give us a huge boost to our income. Huge boost. Hopefully we get abolition of slavery quite soon, because that's an absolute abomination. Slavery there. So it'll be +4 here, which is excellent for lower classes. But again, I think that is a very, very good sign of things to come. Secular humanism, -50 religious unrest, so that's coming pretty soon as well, 10 turns. And we've almost got, is that sextant, is it? Yes, sextant. That'll give us remove space. So again, our naval research is quite far behind the others, but we can't get first rate, which is a real shame. Percussion cap. Anyway, let us end this particular turn, my friends, and let's see what happens here in Moscow. So I'm really intrigued what happens here, because it does have a direct impact upon us and the campaign as a whole. So again, we're just going to end the turn here and see what happens. Now, Austria not doing anything at all, but they are at war with the Dutch. So that really would be... I wonder if they're going to move against the Dutch. Here's the Dutch now. Oof. Oh, they've taken a beating there, but the Russians have sent them packing. We've got to be careful. If they don't get defeated in Moscow, they suddenly turn their gaze upon us, just out of sheer spite for them not being able to take Moscow. That's the problem. No, they haven't. So Spain is gearing itself up here. I think Spain will probably join us in a war against the Dutch. I think that's one thing we can pretty much guarantee. They would join us, or at least stay neutral. Now they're retreating here. Are they going to hold on to Moscow at all? Looks like they're going to start stealing things as well here, and from the Spanish as well, by the looks of it. Oh my goodness me! They've besieged Kiev. Well, I'll be. Afghanistan. Oh, excellent. Excellent is done. We've got this now. We'll get this dry dock. Well, that's excellent. That's also done Morocco. More violence in Morocco here. It's slowly coming down here. -6, but we are not going to budge. We're going to stay very strong here. Buildings damaged. Modern University. That's absolutely fine. We can repair that now. We can also... Oh, that's 3,000 there. We just want to make sure that... Hang on, wait a minute. Paolo Bassetti. Does that mean some of our government main... Oh, I hope it's not our... It's probably our finance minister. No, it's not. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Not a chance. We need a better head of government here. That's going to affect us otherwise. Pious stallholder. Status quo. We've got Rocco Barberi. Pious. I think here we might just get this gentleman in because it's better to have... Don't that. We might just get someone who is... I think we might get this gentleman here, 46, because though he's not, he is going to help with the religious unrest. I think we'll move this gentleman in here. And that should just, yeah, it's not going to improve our diplomacy, but it'll also not make it any worse. Having that head there was a terrible... Oh, he was absolutely awful. Lucky with the absolute monarchy, we can move ministers around, the cabinet around at will. North America, we get some decent bonuses from there. That treasury, look at that, plus 14, it's extraordinary. He really is on the absolute, one of the finest treasury ministers probably in the world. Now, was there something else that was damaged? We missed it. I think we just got Great Estates. Got the minefield here. I'd like to try and get a steam engine if possible. I thought oh, of course, there's Marrakesh here. Almost got that ready there as well. Wouldn't mind to take Gibraltar and control the straits entirely, but we're just going to hold our nerve here. Going to keep ourselves below the parapet, below the radar, as it were. We've got this here, these gentlemen here. This army's very strong, but it's got no cannon. Not a single cannon in it. I think we're going to start retrofitting this army here. We cannot, because it might be able to move against these Italian holdings here of the Dutch if it comes to it. So I think we just might start retrofitting these. Let's just put some 24-pounders. If we keep about 30,000 from this particular, that'll be absolutely fine. Let's get rid of that one there and we'll get some... Because if we learnt our lesson, having a good cannon... Wait a minute. Having good cannon and fire support is vital in any battle. It really is. Look at that. That's looking good there. That's a good, strong navy they're guarding there. I think what we will do... There's no point in upgrading that. We're not going to get anything from it. Nor here, we've got no trade line directly connecting this here. What we can do though is get a 6th rate here as well. These are going to be our transport ships. Like I said, we're going to keep it at 30,000. We're going to keep building this up here. 44,000. That'll be over 70,000 in the bank. If we can just keep building our bank up here, it'll prove... Oh, wait a minute. Alright, we've dropped that there a little bit. But still, even with that, 44. It'll still be nigh on 7. Well, it will be 70,000 in the bank. We've got to build our bank up here, so we've got a little bit of a nest egg there. That's where the problem was. And how's that affected our... Let's stop this here. Again, they're still... Oh, wait a minute. We've just about brought them under control here. Right, and also, I was pondering why this army here, previous to its initial fight it just had, why it was still damaged. Of course, it was been fighting rebels. That's the reason why. So again, we're going to send them back here. They've done their work. We're not going to upgrade Oxford just yet, because that will... Look at that, -6. All that will do is send... It'll send the natives here into disrepute or straight away. We need to really get the income. I wonder if we lower taxes... Oh, look at that there. My goodness me, Tunis. I think we might lower the taxes here. What will that do here to our income? 41,000. Good. That might increase the growth here a little bit. Let's try and spur that on if we can. The army here is very strong. That's a very good defensive army. If they move against us here, the Swedes, they will know about it. Our income here is not too bad at all. Now let's just make sure we got everything here. Because... Again, we just about think bringing things under control. The town wealth is pretty good here. 80 growth, that's not bad at all. Food shortages, I'm not sure why, but we do need to get steam. We have quite a lot of these. We don't have quite a lot of these either, do we? No, I don't think we'll have got that. Once we get Casimir, I think what we will do is we've got 4 gentlemen in here. I think we'll move towards machine tools to get ourselves steam engines, because it'll unlock a lot of these this economy here which we need. Oh, wait a minute. Has Woudenberg been here the whole time? Or is that a rebellion? Plot thickens. How is this holding up now? Oh, look at that. They're well... Yes. Religious unrest is effectively almost gone. We will just... Now that might increase... No, it won't. That's fantastic. And also we'll get this as well. Fantastic. The income here from this is extraordinary. 8,420. Because we've got the port coming in here. It's coming along the road here. So we've got 3,000. As soon as it joins in this and collects all of the income along the road... So when it's here, it's 368. When it goes through Arcot, it picks up all the tax from Arcot, and it brings all the gold, and it comes in down here, and it flows back out again. As you can see here, back to the homeland. That's a wonder. Right, let's end the turn. Again, we're just keeping an eye on what's going on in Moscow, because for some reason the Russians are able to push them back here. I'm not sure how they're doing it. And look at that, they've even brought Kiev under siege. That's extraordinary. Let's end the turn. Look, Hanover doesn't have much in way of a defence, so that's good for us. United Provinces, looks like they're bringing in brand new troops here. Yeah, they're bringing in... Whoa, good grief. I mean, that is extraordinary. So they can bring that in there like that. Oh, it's fallen! Moscow has fallen. Look at the troops they can bring. Good grief. Moscow has fallen. That and Kiev's siege has been broken. Wow. The Dutch Empire is just massive. I've never seen an empire this big. From one single region, they've grown the single largest empire I think I've ever seen. It dwarfs everything. My goodness me. There's a Mughal Empire. They're on the move somewhere. Wait a minute. Ooh, they've attacked the Spanish. Wow. I mean, the plot. Good abolitionist slavery's neck. Look at that. Smitten in Morocco. Rebellion in Morocco. Yes, we got another fight. Where is it? There it is. We're going to crush that immediately. And without... Oh, 65,000 now. 65,000. Look at the bank we're building up here. That is fantastic. Right, another rebellion here, but I think we're slowly being under control. We might be able to crush this. We crush this rebellion again. Entrenchment, -1 move. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just take care of this here. And we're going to move these gentlemen all up to here, into Glasgow. We're just going to prepare these ready so we can move these troops if need be.
Sì, mio sire. Signore.
Look at that. Sardinia has fallen to the Mughal Empire. Wow, they've taken it, and the gold and the silver mine, I beg your pardon. That's a very strong push there. -1, we've almost got them under control here. But again, we are going to retrofit this army here. Probably refit this one as well. I think what we will do is we'll get palatial estates here. And there's no point in getting this up and running here, but we could get the iron workshop going as well. We're going to absolutely just maximise our economy, our internal economy at least. -5 star. I think we're going to have another rebellion here for definite. But I think we're going to go and deal with... wait a sec, before we do that, look at this. Look at that. Moscow has fallen. Look at the troops they've got here. That army has suffered a great deal of attrition. Look at this. Look at the armies they're able to bring here to the fore. Almost unlimited resources now they've taken Moscow. Let's just check this out here a second. Look at that. My goodness me. What's the income? 13,480 per year. 138 growth. Oh, minus. They're definitely gonna have a rebellion here, without a shadow of a doubt. But they even just held. Well, obviously they've held on to Kiev. I mean, look at the forces they've got available. I'm just gonna check deeper down into Crimea here. But that's pretty extraordinary. I mean, Russia's pretty much collapsed. I mean, it's just absolutely collapsed. I'd be very surprised if it comes back from this. Unless they can make a hold along the Don here. I can't see them doing anything, to be honest with you. I just can't see it happening. But we've got 60,000 now gold. We're going to be pushing 100,000 gold in the bank. We've just got to build up a really massive reserve. Because if we go to war with the Dutch, we're going to be fighting for years until we get a positive balance. Because we're going to be losing 40,000 per turn if we go to war with them. What's their diplomacy like with us? Unfriendly at the moment. Minus 45 at the moment. It's actually improving. And they're at war with Austria, so I'm surprised they haven't struck down here yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if Austria doesn't strike first. That's a very strong force. Oh my goodness me, look at that. That is elite. Absolutely elite army here. Gosh, they've got some wonderful forces, the Austrians. It's a shame we can't get a trade agreement with them. They're unfriendly with us as well, minus 57. That's a shame. We can't anyway. All our ports are full capacity, so that's fine. Right. Anything changing in the New World here? I don't believe so. Everything stayed the same here. Who? Alright, they've got no allies at all, the 13 colonies. We might move against the 13 colonies. Let me know, my friends, about the 13 colonies. Do you think we should move against the 13 colonies? We've got the forces here in the New World. We could bring them probably to Newfoundland and then strike against the 13 colonies. Now, our principal goals would be Boston and Philadelphia. Now, if we were to move against them, it would give us a huge swathe of North America. Well, North America would be effectively under our control, but all the assets, all the resources available in North America would fall under our control. And that would give us a huge boost against the Dutch. It really, really would. Can you imagine? We might be able to stand toe-to-toe with them, at least in one region, if we're able to take that. We've got most of the Caribbean under our control. But we'd have to significantly increase our naval forces in here as well. But I'm going to ask the Council's advice. Do we move against the 13 colonies? Because they don't have any allies at all. They've got trade agreements, but no allies. And I've got a feeling... that perhaps the Mughal Empire would just move against it, but then again, they're allies of ours as well. Oh, look at that. That's it. That looks like that Rupert's Land has fallen into rebel hands. That might be something worth taking here, because that's very well established. And it's got fur. It's got a town here. It's got a commercial basin. More fur, abundant yield. Wow. Inuit rebels. We might move against that as well. I think we might move against Rupert's Land. And we might send this force here around to do it. This is fully under control. We might do that. I think that's a long journey, but it's one we might take. We might just take this and give us another foothold here. That's Huron Windot. We might just take that there because that would give us another income boost. I know it's on the far fringes of the empire, but like, we might just move forward that, I think. I think there's going to be preparation. I'll let the council decide on that as well. So we've got two decisions for the council to make. Do we move against the 13 colonies? Do we then move against... Do we move against Rupert's Land first and then the 13 colonies? Or do we not bother with Rupert's Land and then go for the 13 colonies? With the armies we've got in here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 armies here. What we do need to do is probably scout this out as well. That would be far more beneficial if we just scout this out. So let's do that. Let's see what they've got here. Okay, they've got a pretty beaten up army here in Fort Nashwack. That could be the entrance in here, but I'd rather attack one of the main cities, maybe Boston. Okay, what have they got? Look at them. They're suffering here. They're losing men from attrition. Look at this, but that's going to be a... They haven't even got up-to-date artillery. The 13 colonies is really suffering here. What about Philadelphia? Again, they've taken... They don't have... Oh gosh, wait a minute. I take that back. They may not have the cannon we've got, but my goodness me, they got some forces here. So Philadelphia would be a tough nut to crack. Boston would be probably instantly... There would be an instant counterattack there. But they're not... They don't have the facilities, the resources that we have at the moment. And also, look how many of them are reduced here by... Wait a minute, Spain is here as well. Look. Oh, plot thickens. Could we be seeing a little... Wait a minute. Could we see a little bit of a tussle here between the Spanish, who, let's be honest, really are very strong here in Florida, and they're also building maximum fortifications here against the Dutch. We might have this opportunity to move against the 13 colonies. What a boon that would be, my goodness me. I think we'll just do one more turn here, my friends, and I'm going to leave it in the council's hands of what we do, because we're starting to build up quite a nice bank here. We wouldn't be treading on anybody's toes either, because remember, they don't have any allies, so we'd be moving against them at our own pace and our own volition. I think...
Servo vostro, signore. Siamo pronti.
I think I'd like to move these gentlemen just down to the port, a little bit closer to the port. Oh, a little bit closer here too.
Uomini, avanti! I vostri ordini. Altri ordini.
A bit more organisation here.
Avanti!
Nothing else we can do here at all. We're fully maximised here. Nothing coming in out of there. That's 41,000. We're going to end this turn here, and then I'm going to leave it in the council's hands. There might be opportunity there in North America. Let's end this turn here. We might just end the episode here so I can get your feedback. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Well, I'll be... Wow, they've made a move. Austria's made a move against the Dutch, but I think the Dutch are not going to even bat an eyelid about that, to be honest with you, my friends, because the strength they have here is extraordinary. I can't get over it. I cannot get over the sheer magnitude of the Dutch Empire. You've got to doff your hat to them, because they've done a marvellous job here. Hopefully Spain can hold their nerve here. What's Russia going to do? What can Russia do? Just some light raiding Sweden. Mughal Empire. We didn't deal with the rebels, did we? We did not deal with the rebels, and they've hit Fez here. So I think we're going to have to deal with these, gentlemen. Yeah, let's deal with these. I think we put them to the sword. Let's take the fight directly. Then after this, I think we'll end the episode, because then I'd like to get the council's feedback. North America, is that going to be where we need to focus now? We don't have any other wars. We're building up our income. The 13 colonies don't have any allies at all. Is that where we're going to... We got 4 or 5 armies. We can even probably ship another army into the region if need be, to really push our cause there. Ooh, look at that. The topography here is... Look at that undulation. Look at the undulation here. Look at that. Look at that sort of pocket almost here. That crater. Actually, that'd be perfect for the cavalry to move in and out of here. I'll just put the cavalry in here. So we've got cavalry, including the horse guards, on the right. On the left, we've got the 2 lots of cuirassier regiments. Again, we're just going to take the fight to them here, but they've got this hill here guarding them. That's going to be a little bit of a menace. But again, we'll just let things here. We're going to use the land to our advantage here. So we've got the quick line. And indeed, I know that we should pack them into the line, but I don't think this fight really warrants having these regiment of horse, heavy horse guard artillery in that particular... What the blazes is going on here? What the blazes is going on here? Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I have no idea what these I have no idea what they're doing. So I have to adapt, I think, a little bit here. Right, that will do there, I think, for a meantime. This deployment has not gone smoothly just yet, but we'll just have a little bit of patience here. That'll be there, fine there, thank you very much. That will be fine there, and we shall use these gentlemen down here. Perfect. Right, we finally got some discipline here. The howitzers are ready. I think we'll have these on shrapnel shot. Now, I said our vanguard here. I think we'll have again 125th. They really did perform wonderfully last fight. Last battle they had. But Grenadier Guards, they keep the Grenadier Guards just in reserve here. We don't really want to get our finest troops in any sort of trouble here, because We're trying to conserve our troops for the real battles that come along. Not the skirmish with the rebels. We've got the line infantry guards, which we will use. We'll put them on the right here. We've got the 126, which we'll put on the left. Again, just trying to guard these artillery here if possible. We'll have some Fusiliers. We'll have the 63rd. Again, along here. They do act as light infantry as well if need be, but we should be okay here at least. 64th Regiment of Fusiliers here. We've got the general here. I think we can set these the Fusiliers back here as well with the Grenadiers. I think we're ready to go here. I think we're just going to annihilate these rebels. We're going to show them what happens when they move against Knights of St. John. Let's start the battle here, my friends. Camel nomads seem to be standard fare here. Lots of camels here. And here as well. Come on, gentlemen, move. Let's go, gentlemen, move. Oh, look at that. That is an absolute barrage. Wow, it's deadly. Look at that. They've gone. They've shattered. And we've killed the enemy general in one go. Oh my goodness me. Let's get in there. Let's get in there, gentlemen. They're all going to break. Of course they're losing slightly, sir. Oh, look at that. That's extraordinary. They've absolutely eviscerated them. Wow. None of them are to leave. None of them are to leave. Thank you, gentlemen. All gone. That entire regiment eliminated. Oh, what a shot. Here they come, here they come. Goodness me, these rebels have been absolutely smashed. What an extraordinary sight to see. They've almost made it home. That's a joy to see. Look, now we've sort of flushed them this way here. This is how you dismantle. This is how you dismantle a force. Oh my gosh. Go on. Oh, look at that. They've absolutely been decimated here. Square! Oh dear. Oh my goodness, look at that. The Amazons fought well, but they just got no hope against that at all. Yes. That was a little bit tougher than the last battle we had, but it's the artillery, it's the fire support that does it. We lost 71. They lost everything here. Look at that, 24 pounders, my goodness me.
Chiedo venia, signore.
Still alive, but we're going to chase them down. Minus 15. We'll put the German in here to police it a little bit better here. Minus 9. That's a pretty decent amount there. Fit that there. That's going to be repaired. Ooh. Even better. Got an agent here, so we can send the agent. I will send the agent out here on a little bit of a spying mission. Let's see what we can get here. Workers on strike again. Looks like we've got another rebellion possibly on the way. A strike usually happens just before a rebellion kicks in. That's fine. That's more like it. Now we can retrofit these gentlemen here. I think what we might do is just move some of these troops out. Move this here out. We'll take additional 3 other regiments out as well. Move this army here, and we should move. We've got too many of you. Take one more regiment out. We won't take that. Yeah, take this regiment out here. I have to get as many cannons as I possibly can in here to really give it that striking power. I'll take this one out as well here.
Altro? Siamo pronti.
We've built up 2 armies now, really.
Signore.
This army will be a reserve army. Probably need to get our retrofit these. Look at that, 61,000. We get some cuirassiers. 59,000. We'll just. Ooh. And that's why we build up. Look at that. That's why. And that's why we build up the trade. Our bank here. Look what it shrinks down to. If we hadn't saved that money, we've got 60,000. Means we'll just slightly go over 60,000 now. But it's because the Austrians have struck here. They've cut off the trade here. The Dutch are strong, but they're weak on their naval reinforcements here. That's the downside. Well, I think though we can probably end this episode here, my friends, because I want to get the council's advice on what we do in terms of the new world. North America could possibly be a brand new target for us, including the 13 colonies. We've taken Britain, but can we take Britain's former protectorate as well? That would be an absolute boon. But let me know what you think, my friends. Your advice will be followed to the letter. And if you say, no matter, leave it alone, we shall leave it alone. If you say, matter, strike forward with all you've got. Especially considering the shape that many of these are in here. A lot of them are really battered armies. It looks like they're taking quite a lot of economic damage here. Let me know, my friends. And Rupert's Land as well is also for offer. So let me know what you think, my friends. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode with the fall of Moscow. It's just made the Dutch even more powerful. And that is... Oh, actually, they've exempted it from tax to get down the rebellion. A smart move indeed. Mind you, they don't really need the money, let's be honest. But we're just going to follow what's going on here. We'll check up here as well and see what's going on. Same can be said down here as well. We'll check what's happening in the Dom. We'll keep an eye on what's going on between the... Ooh. Wait a minute. That's a very, very powerful Russian force. Where the blazes are they getting the money from for that? But that's be something too interesting to watch. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. As always, my friends, please keep your comments coming down below. Thank you for your wonderful advice and support. Fantastic as always, my friends. And as always, please be safe, my friends. But until next time, bye for now.